Hello, amazing people, and welcome back. Let's look at this wonderful question on circle theorem. Is this something you can do? This is what we have, and this is the diagram. You can pause the video. Let's know what your thought is in the comments. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you the best way to answer this question. So let's do it together. Now, in this question, we are going to take it bit by bit. We are told in this diagram, PQ is a tangent at T, and this is point T. And when you talk about tangent, you talk about when you are given a circle, you have a line that touches the circumference. This is the outer part, we call it the circumference. So when this line touches the circumference at a point, but does not cut through it, watch this. This is different from this. We call this secant, and this one is what we call tangent. This one cuts at 2 points. Is different from this, which is at 1 point but does not even cut the circumference. It touches it. Now that you've understood that, let's go back to the question. And we are told that it is at ABT, okay? ABC is a straight line. This is the ABC, a straight line. And TC, this is our TC, this line, bisect. When you hear bisect, it means equal division. That means divided into 2 equal parts, okay? So it bisects BTQ. This is BTQ. That's this angle at T here. It divides it into 2 equal parts. Now, the question is asking us to find this. Is this something you can do? Now, let's do this together. To answer this question, what do? Let's bring out the diagram that shows what we are asked to find. This is what we have. And this is the diagram. The angle here is 65 degrees. Here is A, here is C, and here is T, which is this, this, and this. Did you see it? So this is what we are interested in. And it is this angle. When you hear ACT, it means that the angle is formed at the center. So this is where the angle is formed. So we are looking for angle at C. Now, can we get this angle at T? Is it something we can get? If we can get this angle at T, then it helps us to find angle at C. Now, let's see how we can get this angle from the given diagram. Let's look at that question again. Now, one thing that is very important or special about this question is we have heard of this word tangent. So when you hear of tangent, remember the theorem that regards to tangent. And what is that theorem? The theorem says if you have a circle drawn and there is a line, just like we have said in the tangent, that this line, the point of intersection of this line and a chord. You know what you mean by chord is, if this is a circle, a chord is that line that runs from one point of the circumference to the other, but it does not pass through the center. Okay, it's different from this. When you have this one that passes through the center, that's one we call the diameter. But this one is what we call the chord. I hope it's clear. So what does this rule say? It says when I have a tangent and a chord having a point of intersection, the angle they form at that point is in alternate segments with this. So watch. So angle you have here is in alternate segments with what you have here. So what you have here is equal to what you have here. Did you see that? And what it means is that if here is 30 degrees, here will also be 30. Then what is the next information? The next is also that this is also our chord. If you see it is a chord, it's not passing through the center. The angle you also make here is equal to the one you met in alternate segment, which is this. So if here is 40, here will also be 40. We call it the angle which the chord makes with the tangent is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So in this case, this is going to help us to answer this. But does this really have anything to do with this? Let's see. If you look at this inside shape, you will see we have formed a triangle here. Can you see it? So what it means is that with that, we can draw that out. Look at that triangle. We have a circle drawn. And in that circle, we have this. I hope you can see it, where there is a tangent here. And we have said it that this angle here is 58. So if it's 58, automatically is in alternate segments. The angle here is equal to what you have here, obeying this rule. So here will also be 58. Did you see it? So it means that this angle here is going to be 58 degrees. What does it mean? It is because of the tangent and the alternate segment. So let's write it out, supposing it's in theory, because you need to give your reasons. So it means that angle ABT, so we have it that angle ABT, that's angle at B, is also equal to 58 degrees. Our reason is tangent and alternate segments. I hope this is cleared. Let's make it better. Tangent and alternate segment angles, they are equal. So if this is true, what use is it to this question? You will notice that since here is 58, you also notice that we can also find this angle. Remember, our target is on this angle T. So here is 58. We can also say that this angle here is also an alternate segment. Watch, this is the chord. If you look at that, you will see this is this chord. So the angle that this chord here makes with the tangent, you see it? This angle it makes. Please, not this. This is not a chord. Look at it. It's not a chord. A chord is from one point of the circumference to the other. So this is the one that is the chord making this angle with the tangent. So it means that this angle here, obeying this, you see, this angle here should be the same with this. So it means that whatever I have here should be equal to 65. So we can say that the total angle here is also 65 degrees. And what does it mean? It means that angle BTQ, that means angle at T. So you can write it at angle BTQ is also 65 degrees. The same reason above. I hope this is clear. Now, there is something very special in this question. The question says TC is bisecting BTQ. And you see, we've gotten BTQ as 65. So you see this line here is dividing this angle formed here into two equal parts. So what it means is that if it's divided into two equal parts, it means that this tiny one here plus this one, when you sum them together, is going to give us total of 65. So what does it mean? It means that, remember, our target is to find this angle. Look at what we want to find. We want to find this, watch. We want to find this because it is this angle. Watch the line. Did you see the line that goes to C? Did you see this one also going to A? So what we are looking for is this angle and not really the whole of it, including this. I hope this is clear. So what it means is that if we can get the half of this, then get this inside angle, it will give us what we are looking for. So to do that, what do we do? What we need to do is to now get this half of it, because it's dividing it into equal parts, is going to give us BTQ, BTC. That means this angle formed here. So we're going to have it that angle BTC, that's from this angle to this. You see, half of it is going to be division of this. So it's going to be 65 over 2. And when you divide this, it's giving us 30. This will give us 3. Here is 2.5. Did you see? So we're going to have 2.5 degrees for the half of the angle. So we can adjust this. So to have 32.5 degrees, and this part is also 32.5. So that when you add it together, it gives you the total angle at BTQ, which is this. I hope this is clear. So now that you've gotten that, but you know we don't know this angle. Can we get it? You can get it because when you look at this shape, you will see you have this. And the angle here is 65. This place is 58. So you can easily find this. You can find it because it is this triangle inside. Did you see? So we label it triangle BABT. We can find this angle here. So to find this angle at T, what do you do? Total angles in a triangle is 180. So we can move it to this part. So in that case, we are going to have, we know either total triangles total angles in a triangle is 180. So we can now say that 65 degrees plus 58 degrees plus this angle at T is equal to 180 degrees. Reason is that sum of angles in a triangle. I hope this is clear. So let's add it. If you add this, it's going to give us, this is 3, taking 1, so we have 123 degrees plus T is equal to 180 degrees. I hope this is clear. So what do? T will now be 180. You take this to this part, it becomes minus 123. So if you subtract this, we are going to have our T is equal to, it's going to give us 57 degrees. So that when you add it here, it gives you 180. So if this angle is 57, we are done with what we are looking for. So it means that here is 57. And you know we've gotten this as 57. And this small part is also 32.5. So that when you gather it together, did you see it? When you gather this together, what do you have? It means at this point you are going to have 57.5, 57 plus 32.5. You see? Let's make it better. So we have 57 plus 32.5 degrees. That's what you have at T. So it means that the total angle at C, so it means that angle ATC, I hope you see how we're labeling it. So angle ATC is what? 57 plus 32.5. And when you add this together, it's going to give us 89.5. Now that you know that this place is 89, let's write it out. 89.5 degrees. What is the value of this angle we are looking for? So what it means is that angle ACT is now going to give us, angle ACT is going to give us, total angle is this plus this plus this should give us 180. So we can simply do 180 minus, add these two together. So we have 65 plus 89.5. So let's add it. If you add this, it's going to give us this is going to give us this 14.5. So we have 154.5 degrees. So let's take it from 180. So if you do that, we're going to have angle ACT is 180 minus 154.5. So if you subtract this, we are going to have 25.5 degrees as the value of angle ACT. And I hope this answered a lot for you. Let's know how much in the comments. You can ask questions for more clarity. Remember, you can subscribe for the more you will get, and share this with your friends. Give this tutorial a thumbs up. I will see you in our next class. Bye-bye.